Hey there, Susan from Positively Fit You here, and today I want to talk about some words and some phrases that we should all delete from our vocabularies and from our minds. I talk about mindset a lot, and I'm a huge believer in the fact that we can transform our lives by transforming our thoughts and our vocabularies. Our bodies hear everything that our minds say. Everything that we do starts with our thoughts, and even if we want something, say we have a goal, if we have negative thoughts about reaching that goal, even if we want to reach it, we will most likely end up sabotaging ourselves and failing. I also talk about the law of attraction a lot, and if you've heard me talk about it, you probably know that the law of attraction is the belief that what we think about, we bring about. What we talk about, we bring about. Things that we focus on will show up or persist in our lives. I often use the example of when we have a bad day. If something that we consider bad happens and we focus on it and we tell people about it and we dwell on it, there's a good chance that something else will happen that we consider bad because we're giving it our attention and focusing on the negative. The more we focus on the negative, the more negativity we will attract. The more we focus on the positive, the more positive things we will attract. Now, there are a few negative words and phrases that I see and hear pretty often in what I do, whether it be when I'm talking to my coaching clients or reading messages or comments in my challenge groups. I talk about the word resist and the phrase fight the urge a lot when it comes to eating right or losing weight. I often hear clients say, I resisted, or I'll do my best to fight the urge, or even worse, I'll try to resist. Resisting and fighting the urge are very negative. When you think and say these things, you're giving power and attention to what you're resisting. You're intensely thinking about it, usually with strong emotions. Have you ever heard the phrase, what you resist persists? The more you think about resisting and fighting something as opposed to being pulled to the better choices, the more likely you'll end up giving in, sabotaging yourself, and disappointing yourself. Another phrase that I talk about a lot is the phrase, I will try, or I am trying, or I'll try harder this week. I do consider all these phrases negative phrases because when we say we're going to try to do something, it's not definitive, it's actually indecisive, and we're giving ourselves an escape route. I remember years ago on The Biggest Loser, Jillian Michaels was training one of the contestants in the way that she always did when the contestant said, I'll try. And she said, trying means planning to fail. That scene always stuck with me. There is truth in that. For instance, if someone says, I try to work out 3 times a week, what does that mean? Maybe they work out once or twice a week. They say they try for 3, but they probably don't get there. Instead of saying, I try to work out 3 times a week, say, I work out 3 times a week. That's definitive, and it means something different in our minds. If we say we try or we will try, that gives us that escape route. So then if we only end up working out once or twice, we aren't disappointed in ourselves because we can say, well, I only said I would try. I didn't actually say I would do it. How about if someone tells me I'm trying to eat healthy? In my mind, I'm assuming that maybe they're only eating healthy part of the time, because if they were eating healthy, they'd say they were. Even though you may be thinking, well, it's better than not trying at all. Yes, I understand that, but if you really want to do something, just say you're going to do it definitively. Now, what happens if you tell yourself, eating healthy is hard? It's going to be hard. If you think this weekend is going to be hard, it's going to be hard, right? When we vocalize the fact that something is difficult or it's going to be difficult or hard, we are more likely to struggle. So if you could, do your best to not say that this is hard or this is difficult. You'll thank yourself later. Speaking of the word struggle, how about if you say, I'm struggling or I'm in a funk? What's going to happen? You're going to continue to struggle and you're going to continue to be in a funk. And yes, I know you may be thinking, well, if I'm struggling, I'm going to acknowledge it and I'm not going to lie to myself. Well, you know what? Sometimes we need to. Whenever I talk about positive affirmations, I talk about how the more and more we tell ourselves things that are positive, the more and more we believe them and the more likely they will come true. Another word that I really dislike is the word ugh, U-G-H. When someone messages me or comments and says anything about their day or how they're doing, followed by the word ugh, it instantly brings my energy down. So I know it brings theirs down too. That word is basically emphasizing disappointment and negativity. So that's a good word to get rid of too. Now, all of these words and phrases attract negative feelings, unhappiness, and eventually failure if we continue to say and think them. So really make sure that you're paying attention to how you think, how you talk to yourself, and how you talk about yourself and your situation to others. If you like this video, hit the like button, feel free to leave me a comment, and as always, be sure to subscribe. I'll see you in the next video.